assignment, and it's my last speech, and it's going to be putting to stop sexual child abuse. And during late summer night, when everybody was sleeping, there was a woman who accidentally came home drunk with her boyfriend. He woke up late at night, and all of a sudden he started sexually assaulting the older daughter while her sister and brother were sleeping. Right? Now he threatened her and let her know that if she wouldn't do what she wanted to do, she will harm her family. This happens at occasionally in everybody's lives, that every child abuse is usually known to be given by somebody they know in a family, a friend, a caregiver. And but sexual abuse occurs in the United States every hour without the notice of the parent, and most of the time in family, relatives, and friends they know. After researching the subject, it's proven that 38% of children victims report child abuse. 40% of them tell their friends. I know from experience that not everybody wants to face the fact that the child is being sexually abused, because either the parent is in denial, or either they want to keep their significant other and don't want to lose them. There's too many child pedophiles living around our community. The best thing to do is to go ahead and research around and keep an eye on them, especially our children to begin with. According to the 2003 National Institute report, it's 3 out of 4 adolescents have been sexually assaulted or victimized by somebody they knew in their lives. In 2014, by the U.S. Justice Department of Health and Human Services, it has increased to 9.2%. Evidence shows that sexual abuse does not stop at a young age. It still continues as an adult or an adolescent. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, 1.6%, which is 16 out of 1,000 children between the ages of 12 and 17, are still being sexually abused by somebody they know. These individuals are still using, to begin with, disabled children. So the easiest victims they can, because they do not understand and comprehend the situation, and they don't know how to speak out about it. What are the symptoms of child abuse? To begin with, the effects of being sexually abused can leave everlasting mark on any child or person in their life. For the first 2 years, the person either has a weight-weighting problem, they start sucking their thumb. Later on during their adolescent years, they will start having alcohol and drug problems to begin with. They start having anxiety attacks, insomnias. Also, they will have dysfunctional relationships to begin with. Later on in time, they will start blaming their parents for not being there to protect them. At the same time, they start blaming other adults to begin with. Even if they weren't there, they still feel that mistrust to begin with. Effects, now there are institutions, I've got 3 of them. It's called Mothers Against Sexual Abuse Children. They give it's an organization that gives help and information regarding the child abuse to victims and parents. Also, there is the survivors, I'm sorry, I got my seatbelt pissed up. The Survivors of UK, which provide services to only males to begin with, to help the male population heal. And also there's National Association of People Abused in Childhood. This is a charity who supports information for child abuse to begin with. The best thing about this is that there's 3 major opportunities to sexual abuse. People who have been sexually abused themselves recognize that it's okay. They think it's okay. And the worst thing about this is that they get that acts that they show. Child abusers think that it's okay to show children this way to love them. That's the only way to show that they can love them. That's the only way. They form relationships in the internet to begin with nowadays in technology without the child's knowledge, knowing that they're not teenagers, they're of age, they're starting somewhere and then they start, sexually abusing, kidnapping, and all that. Now, these child abusers can come into a violent and unhappy background to begin with. Now, how do people commit sexual abuse? These predators build a relationship with the parents without their knowledge, slowly and slowly, especially those unfortunate families that cannot provide child care. So they take advantage of them because of their financial stability to build a relationship so they can get closer to the child to begin with.
Mommy, I didn't get a drink yet.
People use threats to begin with to let them know if no one will believe them. No, nobody will believe you because, they don't care. Another thing, they use that embarrassment, that guilt to begin with to draw them in to continue to do it, that they wanted it, that it was their fault. These people use physically disabled children, like I stated. To me, children are the precious commodity that God has given us in our world, and we should treasure them no matter what. During this speech, we must understand that sexual abuse towards any child must be stopped, and it's not allowed to happen in our homes or anybody else's to begin with, inside or outside the home. We know that if we continue, no matter what, we do have a voice of our own. These children do not have a voice to speak out. They're afraid. So it's our job as adults and as parents to speak out for them. Secondly, and last, be involved when you see something that is happening. Do not walk away. And mention to yourself, it's not my business. It is our business to begin with. Now, we must understand, discipline and abuse are two different things. So we must understand when we act, we know the difference to begin with. Nina, how many minutes?
I don't know.
Okay. But this is my introduction, and I'd like to thank you very much for hearing me out. Thank you.